Hello, welcome to the show. I'm Jacquelene You're on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, and today I'm joined by a good friend and a very amazing author and astrologer of good standing around the world. I have with me Angelica Danton. Hello, Angelica. How are you?
How are you, Jacqueline? Great.
It's a rocking old day, isn't it? We've got Mars has gone retrograde. We've got fatigue, and we've got a fatigued state of Victoria in which we're deciding whether lizards are running.
We really are.
We are. We're deciding if the lizards are actually running the government, which I assure you they're not. I don't secretly have lizard eyes behind here, and just to start that off in the most unusual manner. But Mars is retrograde, so why not? So now we're going to take a call when we can. Hopefully David's got that happening. I better wipe chat screen up so I can see what on earth he's telling us. But essentially, let's talk Mars retrograde while we're here. Usually we get sort of fatigue. There's a desire to do things impulsively, and it's like, there can be frustration. What else have you sort of noticed with Mars retrograde and with this one in particular?
Yeah, Jacqueline, the thing is with Mars retrograde is, it's like it affects everything to do with our energy. Couples are complaining that they're arguing with each other. They're having the most bitter arguments because they're really not seeing eye to eye at the moment. They're becoming impatient with each other. There's lots of breakups. A lot of this is to do with the fact that Mars really going backwards makes us feel as if we're walking up the hill, but we're not walking up the hill. Basically, we're not getting anywhere. So there's that really strong sense of frustration with it. And that's really, really heightened by Saturn Capricorn at the moment, which is squaring off Mars Aries retrograde. So we are in a cycle where everyone feels as if, they're not getting their energy through to doing the things they want, very frustrated, and people's sexuality being affected, feeling restricted, feeling as if they're not able to express themselves. That's another part of it.
Look, absolutely. I sort of find the great irony in people in Melbourne complaining of lockdowns when we've had, and this has been, what are we in now, week 6 or some, I've lost count. And yet we've got refugees that are still, and they're actually, applicable to asylum. And yet they're still being held in lockdown for 7 years now without having been released. And it's sort of the great irony here we're going on about our human rights, and yet we've got a very real human rights thing that's been going on for 7 years here and is largely unnoticed in Melbourne. So it's sort of a bit of a funny one, because all of this first time of people being oppressed, who sort of be very comfortable up until this point, it sort of highlights people who really are oppressed over a long period. How do you sort of feel like that's going to go through this retrograde? Because we've got this retrograde right through till November.
Well, I think the thing is that the point is that people do, they have, I believe with Mars retrograde, you get an opportunity to really look at what really matters. Yeah. And that's the positive side of this period we're going through until about November the 13th, where Mars will resume forward motion again. It's like we're getting that opportunity to really review what matters to us. And I think it is important for people to understand when things are going to change. I mean, I can understand why there's many, many people frustrated and also wondering what is going to happen. I mean, people have been affected in their businesses. They've been frustrated. They've been put out of whack. They want to know what's going on. And I think that part of it is quite healthy and normal. That's a healthy energy to express yourself. But I think it's also important to realise that this will start to become better for us in terms of clarity, where we're going, what's going to happen soon. So very soon, November the 13th and 14th, we should see progress, Jacqueline. And that's moving forward as well. So that's going to change for us. And we're about September 29th. So that's going to be a change for us as well with the Saturn energy. So I think things will start to, I think people will start to become more understanding of what's going on. We're going to get more clarity about the situation that we're in with the pandemic, and we're going to start to realise what really matters. Yep.
I think so.
Definitely.
I think so. And I think when we take into context that although this has been really difficult for people, and it sure is, because people are losing entire businesses here, and it has been quite awful on a mental health level.
Definitely. Yes, we have to be aware of the fact that people have suffered a lot, and kids as well. They haven't been able to get out, their exercise, do their sports. There's a lot going going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
I think we also need to take that to other people besides our own experience and sort of look at that over the whole context here. You know, so when we're looking at people who have fled war-torn sort of areas, to sort of take that into context as well. Just, you know, maybe it's a time to think about those sorts of things. It's like when people didn't think about, you know, the job seeker payments being not increased for 25 years. And it's taken all these people being out of work for people to suddenly go, oh, hang on, this is not enough. For the government to go, overnight, boom, couldn't change it for 25 years, boom, overnight we can change it. So it's sort of this time of us having to look at, as you were saying before off air, about the earthy Capricorn Pluto type of energy of, you know, this rebirth that we can go through can also be on that level. But,
yeah.
Let's
absolutely. Yes.
We'll pop into our caller. We've got Goldie in Richlands, Virginia, USA. Hello, Goldie.
Hi, Goldie.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Is there a question you wanted to ask Angelica? She's here doing a reading today.
Yes. My mom passed like 2 years ago, and I never did find out who my daddy was. The man I thought I was my dad is not my dad, so that's the question I have.
Okay, so can you give me your date of birth, Goldie, or your birthday, please?
Okay, it's February the 14th of 1963.
Right. Okay, you're an Aquarian, right? Okay, so
yes.
The question is about your dad. You want to know more about your father and get more clarity. Is that what your question is about?
Well, when my mom died, she didn't tell me who my dad was. The man she thought was my dad is not my dad. So I've had several people tell me.
Okay. I feel that you are going to find out who your father is. Whether it's to do with your mum or not, I feel that you are actually going to be told who your father is. You'll find out on your own account, or you will be given information by someone who can actually help you on that pathway, and you'll be able to prove it. So I think you'll come to, you act like you're an investigator, but you are going to find out what you need to find out. And I'm feeling that there's just a message coming through for you here, and that is, do not take notice of other people who try to discourage you at the moment from finding out what you need to find out, okay?
I'm getting really strongly an army vibe here. I've got an army vibe really strongly here. Are you getting that vibe as well, Angelica?
I feel that her dad was a person who had a lot of responsibility.
Yep.
I don't want to make her feel as if she shouldn't do this, but she will face some opposition. Yep. And she may find that I've got a feeling she may find he's passed over, but, you know, I feel she should still go ahead and find out. That's important for her, right? I've
got really tall, long, white columns at the front of the building. It looks like a Georgian house, and I actually have military here really strongly. That's what I'm getting with you, Goldie, with this situation. And I can't get away from that. And it's like there's generations upon generations of the word military comes to mind here. And certainly I would agree with responsibility. I would also feel that there are people in, you know, strong circles, influential circles here, and certainly community leadership involved here in how this man connects, which would be why you're going to get opposition here, but you shouldn't be discouraged under any circumstances. I would agree and fully concur there with what Angelica is saying. So I hope that helps you at least begin the journey. But certainly it does feel as if you're going to find that out, looking at this within the next, certainly within the next 4 years, but it may be a lot, it could be a lot quicker. I think you're going to, there's a real connection within 4 years. 6 months would be a certain tipping point in this, that's for sure.
Within.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe earlier than that. And also, just on that, can I add, I feel she will find a male who's been a friend of her father's and could have quite a responsible position now, who's really going to back her up. That I feel around her as well. Do you get that?
Yep. Oh, yeah, absolutely. if I get the 4-year mark, maybe that's where there's a really significant meeting with this. But it's the 6 months or earlier may be the first startings of this connection. But I'm getting it as 4 years when there's this real, like a meeting of some kind. And I see a woman around 45, 50 maybe, and she's quite plump. And then there's a skinnier woman, and she seems quite a bit older, maybe 60, strangely. And they're both together, and I'm seeing them with this Georgian house, and that's where this really big conversation's going on, and that could be within 4 years. I'm not saying that one is a 6 month. It's a different conversation. I do believe this man you're picking up on, Angelica, is definitely within that 6 month point.
Yep. And I think also when she does find out more about where her father fits into her life, she's going to find out a heck of a lot more about her background, and it's going to make 100% sense to her a lot of the things she's felt about her life.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Goldie. Yep.
Watershed. It's going to be beautiful. So
very interesting.
We're sending you a lot of love there, Goldie, and I think we're running out of time, but we're sending you so much love right now, and I'm going to light a candle, and I know Angelica will certainly light a candle on various levels.
I will do. I will do.
Light a rocket under this one.
Absolutely.
So that and you Godspeed and love to help you with this, because you are a beautiful person and you've given a lot in your life, and it's been very challenging because at times you're not feeling like you're getting it back. So just know that we're with you, sweetheart. And if at any point you need to get in touch, we're here. Okay, so you can find us on Jacquelene Clothemore Live on Facebook. If you need to connect, or you can connect through A1R Psychic Radio. In the meantime, I think we're running down on time here, but what a beautiful soul Goldie is there, Angelica.
Goldie's got such a path in front of her, finding out the truth, and she's got that wonderful Aquarian spirit